All right, you guys. Let me tell you guys something. You know what? For some reason, my internet was off. All this time, my internet was on. All of a sudden now it went off. And I thought I couldn't get on live for some reason. All right, you guys. So you guys come on over here so we can come on and do this. Uh let's see. Live is on. All right, you guys. So I hope you guys Friday's coming along well. All right. We're just gonna wait to see if a few more people will come here for this live show. All right. Just waiting around for people to come in. All right. Let's see. Once I get enough people, you guys are go ahead and start. Let's see. Participants. All right, you guys. Like I said, I'm just waiting a little bit before I go ahead and start, because I want to give everybody a fair chance to come on here so we can learn from one another. Now, let's see. Just waiting on people to come. I really had a hard time for some reason going live. Now, any other time, I'm able to go live, but this particular time, because I'm trying to send a message. Do you know I couldn't get online? And I supposed to been on at 5:45, and I've been trying to get on since like 5:35. So let's see. What is this? And feedback. All right. Let's see. And I have a great subject, you guys, that we're going to discuss today. All right. So you guys come on and join. And let's see. Can I edit this? Let's see. Customization. Details. Hey there. I wonder, can you hear me well? Are you able to hear me? Let me go ahead and try to send a message. Are you able to hear me, Danisha? Let's see. Are you able? Okay. All right. All right. So we're just waiting around. So if you want to invite people, go ahead and invite people. I'm inviting people now. And at 5:45, I was actually trying to get on live. For some reason, YouTube messed with my internet, or the internet just wasn't working for me. And I'm just kind of confused by that. So I couldn't get on to like 5:50, you know. All right. So we're just waiting on other people to come on. And I am going to be inviting people to join the live. All right. Let's see. Home. And let's see. Come on and join me on YouTube live. All right. So I'm just sending out to send people, sending out messages and everything. Danisha, how's your day coming along? Join me on YouTube live post. Yep. All right. How your day coming along, Danisha? Okay. Let me share. Send in messenger. Okay. Not now. Come on, you guys. Come on over here and join this live. I'm sending out messages. I know I'm supposed to be on at 5:45, but for some reason, oh my goodness, my internet wasn't working. It's kind of strange, but it wasn't working. So, but I'm on now. Um, I'm sorry if I disappointed any of you guys or disturbed your convenience. Um, but I'm here. Come on and join me so we can get started with this these controversial questions. I have a great subject for you guys today. Yeah, let's see. Just waiting on people to come on. Now I cannot. Now for some reason YouTube don't allow you to invite people. What is this? Okay, let me share a link with Facebook. All right. Click on this link to join me live on YouTube. Now post. All right, so I just sent out a message on Facebook. I'm trying to send a link. See how I do this. All right. Let me see. Close. R48. Okay, now let me share. All right. Okay, so I just sent out a link for people to click on okay, to click on to join. And I just sent out a link to Facebook. Hey, can you hear me? I'm trying. I just sent out a link now. You got another link? I know for them to get on this video right here. Okay, let me get on that one. Oh, you on the same one? I'm talking about the one we on right now. Oh, okay. Well, so I'm just waiting on people. I'm a start, but I'm just waiting on people. I'm trying to see people come. I'm a start, but I want to see if more people gonna come on because at 5:45 I couldn't get on for some reason. Yeah, I had a hard time too. It was like, what the? That is funny because I kept on promoting and I've been able to get on all that time. And you know, as soon as 5:45 came, I couldn't. So I'm about to get back on the line. Okay. This live, come on, go through, bring these people to me so I can, try to teach them, Father, and carry the people, can be on the right. And then you should bring these people on, Father. Come on, bring these people on so I can go ahead and try to be the light, for that journey, Father, for you, Father, to bring them towards you, Father, in the name of Yeshua. So be it. So I'm going to give it to maybe like to 15. It's 9:40 right now. For others to join. All right, 10 minutes. And I will just start talking. And of course, you guys can go look at the video later. But I'm still gonna go ahead and at least to respect you guys to wait before I start my talking and my teaching. Okay, because I feel like we all must learn from one another. In order to move forward. To restore our kingship and our queenship. Okay. Let's see. Hmm. First time for me, okay? So I'm just gonna keep on pushing forward and keep on pushing forward, but it's the first time for me. Okay. So you guys go ahead and ease with me, don't be so hard on me today. Okay. Let me come on and try. 1 second. All right. So like I said, 15 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and start talking. Hmm. So that which means I just have to keep on going and going, huh? All right, this is my first live now. Need some people to come on too, so we can learn from one another here. You know, um, but hey, we'll see. This is my first time do, so I'm trying to learn. I got to figure out how to do the whole invite thing. But I call myself inviting and promoting on YouTube and Facebook. Okay, but you know what? Anyway, I'm not gonna wait till 15 minutes. I'm gonna start in next few seconds. Okay, all right, and then I will publish it, and you guys will see it anyway. All right, so how you guys doing? Of course, my name is Latrice, and I go by Latrice Sarai Yah Israel, and Israel just being just a way of life, because I like to live my life, not practicing or observing, what the Bible say, we should all know that basically what people say, and just from me throughout all my years, I've heard them say, that just trying to walk down the right way and everything, your life will be more peaceful. Okay. And not trying to be so programmed and allow yourself to be a follower where you be confused and you want to be everything that's going to bring you nothing but miserability, or bitterness in the end. All right. All right. So today's day is 9/16. It is 6:03 p.m. And I said at 5:45 p.m. But I want you guys to know I was trying at least 5:40 p.m. And for some reason my internet connection was down. That's just kind of weird. But I've been promoted for the longest. Okay. And the subject, we're going to talk about a controversial subject today, and it may be a little bit touching to people and uncomfortable, but it is what it is because we got to get this message out, right? Because if we know better, we do better. Okay. And go. So sometimes we are called by the creator of the universe to do things for the betterment of our mind, body, spirit, and soul. Okay. And sometimes we are used by the creator to carry out his purpose. Okay. I do believe unknowingly I have been made groomed from a child up to an adult to be used as a tool of an instrument to gather our people in this appointed time. Okay, per the ancient word and per the workings of the universe, so that we can all learn from one another in order to restore our royalship, gain inner peace, that allow us to make sound decisions, so that our brains won't be so programmed unknowingly, destroying our lives, earning us low self-esteem, leading to depression, doing things that lead to permanent damage and even death. Okay, if we know better, we do better again. Okay. I don't want to cry out to anyone or to think that I'm trying to force any kind of religion on their life, because I don't do religion. I'm just attempting to observe, practice, and follow the word, so I can attempt to live a peaceful life. And from my experience right now, it's been doing me quite well. Okay, the way I'm living. My health seemed to be good. I seen that when I touch things, just turn to gold. And it just reminded me of Joseph during his days. He went to prison, his brother sold him up, all kind of stuff. But everything he touched, turned to gold. Anyway, I also want to say thank you guys for giving me the opportunity to be a light to you guys' journey. And together, with having much faith, we can do this. Okay, we can do it together. But we must bring our voices together so we can motivate, uplift, and learn from one another. Um, so I implore you to all do not hold back, but be respectful of one another's opinion and speak boldly like the heart of a lion, because I speak boldly like the heart of a lion. Okay. All right. So the subject we're gonna be talking about is why are so many of our women getting all these Brazilian butt lifts and these breast implants and any other kind of cosmetic surgery to alter their natural body? Okay. Why are so many women doing that? So I'm trying to learn that, and my opinion is that they want to look a certain way to please man, or to adhere to the definition of society's beauty standards. Okay. And you guys, also, due to, seeing all the things in our lives, we've been programmed, by many people, the media, just everybody, which is making our brains, to believe that it's the norm, which is basically a lack of understanding. And that's the reason why we don't know, what's going on. That's the reason why we're so brainwashed and get caught up in doing these things, okay? Because we have a lack of understanding. But that's why we have to learn, and a lot of us is not even given the opportunity, or giving it attention from growing up in childhood so that we could learn, so we can, gain a better understanding and, earn a peaceful and joyful life, instead of a life that we live in that's so uncomfortable. We got to watch over our back sometimes. We can't sleep at night, or, we're so depressed out and everything. We're trying to be like the Jones and follow the next person because we can't use our own minds, or we don't know the first step to take, to follow that path, where we can, go down a path so we don't have to worry about those things that bring us bitterness and everything like that. Okay. So I'm going to take the time and I wrote down a lot of things to you guys. I want you guys to see that, right. And I also want you guys to know, that I will be using some biblical books in this because, what you guys fail to realize that, trust and believe me, everything about life is in the Bible. Okay. The Bible really is a history book. Okay. And if you guys take the time to read the Bible, it's history. Okay. What it's a history story. Well, what the scribes, all their stories and the prophets and messengers and everything, but it's still history and it still teaches us. Okay. So we have to, learn how to start reading different books, the Bible and other books as well. So, but with this lesson, I will be reading the Holy Bible. Okay. And also I will be reading the sealed portion. Okay. Because both of these books contain information, that's important, to our, moving forward, to have a life that brings us inner peace and joy and no drama and, just things that, that would allow us to know how to walk forward, without being so tempted, because it will build us up and give us that armor we need so we can walk like a force, instead of being followers, we would be that leader. And sometimes, the Father way, build you up to have people to follow you and want to follow you and want to come to you and want to learn from you because they see you have a light, and that light is shining, just like with me, I think the Father can give me a light, I think you guys are giving the opportunity to allow my light, to go through you with your journey. Okay. Also, with the Bible, like I said, I'm using the Bible and the sword portion. You guys should know that the Bible, like I said, means basic instructions before leaving Earth. Bible, basic instructions before leaving Earth. Okay, and how ironic is that? Okay, all right. And like I said again, the subject we're going to be talking about today is why are so many of our women getting Brazilian butt lifts and breast plants, and any other cosmetic surgery that alter our natural body. And again, I said my opinion is that they want to look a certain way to please men and adhere to the definition of the society of society's beauty standards. Okay, all right. Okay, so you guys, I'm gonna, in order to prove this point, I don't want you guys to think that everything's just coming from me. And like I said, I go through the books, okay? And to talk about them, that whole, the Brazilian butt lifts and the cosmetic surgery and everything, that's got something to do with being vain. And it is a vain thing. If you guys, really want to know, when we're trying to alter our appearance and do all these things to look good, to please the next person, or maybe we say we're trying to please ourselves, but I mean, why would you be pleasing yourself? Right? You're trying to look good for yourself. What for a reason. So when we do those things and we start altering our natural beauty and adding extensions to our body, that is really vain, and it also goes back to the ancient word to know that it's not a good thing, because any foreign thing that goes in your body interrupts or disturbs, the natural thing. So the natural part of your body never works the same again once you put something foreign in it. Just for example, I had got braces. Now I young, I had pretty teeth, but I always, try to take care of them. So, but as I got older, my teeth hair probably started spreading, down started spreading. So I got the braces. Okay. So I got the braces, and what the braces do, yeah, it may look pretty, but it changed the way I can bite things. It's just different. It don't work the same. It's because I altered it. And anytime you alter anything in your body, and change up, it's going to cause some disturbance. And the natural laws of your body will never work right. Okay. Let's see. All right. So, and I want you guys to don't forget to I want you guys to come in and be respectful of one another's opinion, right? Because we gotta learn from one another, But I don't want you guys to think I'm just saying something, and because like I said, I'm gonna go through the word, you guys, so you guys can see, because the word and these books is how I live my life. And like I said, it's doing a great job for me. And the first one I'm going to start off with Proverbs 31:30 in the King James Version, so you guys can see, can hear about, vanity and everything. All right. So let's go to Proverbs 31:30. And you guys, I want you to know that anytime I start to read the Bible, I'm going to cover my head, okay? Because that's also in the word to cover your head. A woman should cover her head when she's prophesying or praying. So you guys can cover my head when I read the Bible. Okay, and matter of fact, I'm going to read that scripture on here too, so you guys don't think, that I'm just throwing a scarf on my head or I'm just saying anything. All right. All right, so that scripture right here is 1 Corinthians 11:4-7 in the King James Bible. Let's see. Like I said, I'm learning, and like I said, it's doing a good job to me, because for some reason I'm able to go through life kind of more smoothly, I don't experience so many problems. It's only because I'm practicing, righteous ways and not evil ways, Even though I'm not perfect, everybody falls short of the glory, but I'm still trying to practice the way that would bring me into peace and joy and everything, okay? Maybe long suffering, but I must endure to the end. So I'm going to the 1 Corinthians, you guys. And like I said, that is 1 Corinthians chapter 4 and chapter 11, verses 4-7. All right, so like I said, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 4-7 reads, every man praying or prophesying, having his head covered, dishonor his head. But every woman that prayed or prophesied with her head uncovered, dishonored her head. For that is even all one as if she were shaven. For if the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be a shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her head be covered. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of God, but the woman is the glory of the man. So you guys, you say we're supposed to cover our head when we praying or prophesying. So yes, and it took me a while, to try to start, practicing and observing the laws, commands, and instructions of the Father, but like I said, it's doing me good. It's doing my body good, my health good, my mind, my body, my soul, my spirit, everything is doing good. And it's teaching me, how to know how to separate myself and just walk straight forward, And like I said, I'm not perfect. We all fall short of the glory and everything. But if we take the time to try to observe and practice his word, you would be amazed how your whole life will turn around, because just having faith, when faith being things hoped for and not seen, but having faith and applying the works, you would be amazed what the Father can bring to your life. I know you got people that don't believe, but that's the problem. Because you don't believe, your life is not going right. You're having all these problems going on to your life. But if you do believe and have faith, that's when change comes. But it's really about having faith, okay? All right. And all right, so now I already told you guys why I got this covering in my head. So every time you guys see me read the Bible or do anything, with the word of the Father, you're gonna see me cover my head because yes, we're supposed to cover our head when we pray and everything. And also, there's another scripture that people maybe argue and say, oh, well, he also said that having long hair for your covering. Okay, yes. Having long hair is a covering too, but it's the glory to the woman. Okay, so now we got the in Corinthians where we had a covering that the Father said cover our head for praying and prophesying, and also he said he giveth us long hair for covering and everything. But remember that long hair is for covering, okay? But praying and prophesying, you're supposed to have some of your head too, okay? All right. And like I said, like I wrote it down, if a woman have long hair, is a glory to her, and that is also a covering to her as well. But let's not get it confused with the woman covering her head for praying and prophesying. So we can understand that a woman should cover her head while praying and prophesying, and the woman who has long hair is a glory to her head and is given to her for a covering, which was written before our time, even though many of us are not learned of this, which is the reason why many of us lead our lives unknowingly to destruction. Okay. All right, now, to get back on the whole vanity thing, and the Brazilian butt lifts and, women having, all this cosmetic surgery and anything, to correct, well, not to correct, but just for the alteration of your natural body to make you look good for something, keep in mind when you do that, when you go get these plastic surgery and all these things is going on, it interrupts the natural laws of your body, you guys. I mean that the natural laws of your body never works the same again. Okay, that's because you have injected some foreign in your body. So now you only go through things getting older and going through all these health problems, and just trying to live up to the beauty standards of our society instead of being set apart, and knowing you'll need all that, because you bringing on just miserability and bitterness to your own life, as you get older. Okay. If you don't get younger, you get older, and why should you prepare yourself to experience pain in your elderment, and also getting all that, those things to alter your body, which is vain, but who's to know? In a few years, it may cause you health problems where, like I say, even lead you to destruction or permanent life damage. And you don't want that, because all that leads to low self-esteem and depression. You be sitting around all day thinking, oh, I shouldn't have done this. But because you've done this, it's caused you all these problems, okay? And also, this is not a towel, Mrs. Daly. This is just a covering for your head, as I just explained in the Bible that, in 1 Corinthians chapter 4-7, that when you pray and prophesying at the Bible, you should cover your head. Okay. When I'm not, it'll come off, but I just want you guys to know, so we can get used to it, because you can read for yourself. And as like I said, I just read that for you, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verse 4-7, and I will read it again. Every man praying or prophesying and having his head covered dishonoreth his head. But every woman that prayeth or prophesies with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head. For that is even all one as she is shaven. For the woman be not covered, let her also be shorn. But if it be shame for a woman to be shorn or shaven, let her be covered. For a man indeed ought not to cover his head, for as much as he is the image and glory of God, but the woman is the glory of the man. Okay. Now, I'm going to read this book called A Sealed Portion. All right. Now, this book right here is A Sealed Portion. Now, I want you guys to know this book, oh my goodness, it would give you a whole outlook on life, a whole different outlook on life. It would teach you, what's going on in life, and it will make you understand why people do the things that they do. It will also, give you the knowledge to look at things differently and act to things differently. Okay. This book will blow your mind. And again, it's called The Sealed Portion. Okay. And I'm going to read out this one right here. Chapter 93. Okay. I'm going to read the header plus verses 1-9. And I want you guys to hear me and feel me on this one right here, because you're going to be amazed with this one right here. So let me go ahead and go to chapter 93. All right. All right. So I'm in chapter 93, guys, right now. And it's a portion. Like I said, I'm going to read the header. And the header said the era of cosmetic surgery because of vanity. Okay. Now, and like I said, I'm going to read verses 1 through 9. So, I want you guys to just take the time and hear me and feel me when I read this, okay? Just take in the understanding, okay? And just try to, place it somewhere it fits, okay? And it fits in society because this is going on throughout society, all this cosmetic surgery, but they don't know what they're doing to their bodies. So I'm going to read this to you right now. Chapter 93 of the still portion. Verse 1. And now the consumption of food is not the only thing in which ye sin grossly in the latter days, as pertaining to the laws of health and happiness, but there are other ways that should be introduced among you by the plan of Lucifer that should cause you to destroy the order of nature by which ye were created. Behold, in the latter days, there should be a great pride and vanity throughout the earth because of the image that the beast shall present unto you and cause you to worship. Yeah, the image of the beast shall cause that there should be a standard set for the appearance of man and a woman. And the people of the earth shall begin to worship this image and do all in their power to follow this image and reach this standard of beauty and that had been set for them. And there should be many who again deny the power of God and also their faith in God and that which they have been given according to the natural order of all things. For the standard of beauty that shall be set by the image of the beast shall be that which all desire. And if by the course of nature this beauty is not had by many of those of the latter days, then shall they go to the doctors and the physicians from Satan to change the form of their faces and their bodies and their natures to conform to the standards that the beast had set for them. And I say unto you, that ye that doeth these things deny the power of the Father, and should be condemned for that which ye have done to yourselves, which is contrary to the order of nature that maintaineth a balance in all things. And these changes which ye shall make for yourselves shall cause you more misery than the temporary joy than they shall give you until when ye look into a mirror and behold the image of that which ye have been convinced in the standard of beauty that should be maintained. Behold, God loveth all of his children and will give unto each of them according to their needs to learn during the days of their probation. And many of these shall not reach the standard of beauty that had been set for them by the beast. And they should not have the means whereby they might make the change to their appearance to conform to this standard. Yet, do ye think that the Father loveth them less than those who have been given this standard of beauty by nature? I say unto you that he doeth not love them less, but shall bless them exceedingly, if they will but have faith in him and his will. Behold, it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord that all of those who have changed their bodies to conform to the standard set for them by the image of the beast, yeah, these shall be the ugliest among all the children of men upon the earth. For in that day, all the unnatural parts of their bodies shall fail them, and they should no longer function as they should function. And those who have deformities or who have been burdened with what they perceive as levels of beauty that are below the standard of beauty that giveth them their happiness, these shall the Lord bless and cause by his power that they receive the body and the beauty that they desire for their happiness. So as you guys see, we're going to get, a lot of us are going to get these cosmetic surgeries. And like I said, when the time comes, the natural part of your body is going to fail because overall it's for vanity. Okay. And when you get those cuttings, and getting all these teeth onto your body, you are carving a graven image. Okay. And carving a graven image, it is not pleasing the Father, because there's a word that also talks about, carving an image into your body. And let me see. I believe I wrote that down. See, can I find that one for you guys? That one. All right. And that would be Leviticus 19:28. Again, the King James Version Bible. Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Okay. Leviticus chapter 19. When I say verse 28, right? Yep. Oh, well, let me type this down. I'm sorry. I'm going to have to start. Okay. So Leviticus 19:28. And I also read Proverbs 31:30, as well as the seal portion, chapter 93. All right, so now like I said, I'm in Leviticus chapter 19, verse 28. Because it's going to talk about, because you guys, if you don't believe, even if you don't believe it, when you get in this cosmetic surgery, you cut into your bodies, okay? So you're basically making a graven image, okay? So which is the idol, so it's really an idol, even though you don't look at it that way. But cutting onto your body is an idol to yourself, for vanity, to alter the appearance of yourself, to please maybe men, or to please society and everything, or to please society. All right, so I'm going right now to chapter 19, verse 28 in Leviticus. And it blatantly says that, in King James Version Bible, it blatantly says that ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor, no, I'm sorry, is that the one I want? Well, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. Okay. Yes, yeah. Okay. Ye should not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. So he's telling you, you're not supposed to make any cuttings in the flesh. Okay. And I'm trying to figure out, was that really the one? What was another one? Let's see. What these I seen? Okay. Exodus 24. That one even better. Okay. So let me type Exodus. And that is Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. All right. Now, this is even more powerful, okay? Exodus chapter 20, verse 4. All right. And that one says, thou should not make unto thee any graven image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth. Okay. Thou should not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, visiting the iniquity of the fathers upon the children unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me. Okay. So as you guys see, when you're doing any type of cosmetic surgery or anything like that, you're cutting into your body, which is in turn a graven image. Okay. And now I just read to you guys in Exodus chapter 20, verse 4 in the King James Version, that thou shalt not cut any graven image or any likeness or anything that's in the heaven above or on the earth beneath. Okay. The Father don't like that. And like I say, you're just destroying your own body and bringing, for your future calls as you get older. Oh, it only brings on bitterness, and, it makes you just sit around and think like, oh, I should have, could have, why did I do this? And like I said, brings on depression, permanent life damage you can bring on, and everything. And it even leads to destruction. Okay. Because, whether you guys believe it or not, the decisions we make determines, where we're going to lead to throughout life, So we have to be, like I said, be very careful about the decisions that we make, in our probation period, because this is our probation period that we in. Okay. Now, also, men play a major part in this. Okay. Right. So, with women going to get all this cosmetic surgery and everything, we can say men, and we can say their loved ones and everything play a major part in this. Okay. even though we may not look at it that way. But, it depends on how we all look at things. Okay. So now, and the reason why I say men play a major part in it because a lot of women go get their body made up because they try to please men. Because you got men making this music or, oh, I like these big booty, woo, woo, woo. And, oh, yeah, I want to have big breasts. And just, they want to fantasize about the body, how big, a woman attributes are, which in turn makes a woman think that she got to go get all these things done to her body so she can please that man, or please society so they can accept her. Okay, that's not a good thing because in the end, are you really doing what you want to do, or are you really programmed, to follow society's definition of beauty standards? It's very important because a lot of us, it's just a lot of pressure that's being brought upon us, that's forcing us to go get these things done in our body. But in the end, the people outside looking in don't know that personal thing you're going through, those personal problems or issues you having in behind closed doors. You in there, regretting the fact that you got these cuttings on your body because now you got these other problems that you create to yourself because you decided to want to be so vain, to want to get these cuttings to create a graven image in your body, which is a blatant sin, which brings nothing but misery as you become older. All right. Now, so men, like I said, you guys, how to change your ways, or the message you guys send out here. You guys need to go ahead and start preparing yourself, to be our leaders like you should be, so that the other young man can follow your lead, see what I wrote about that. Because you know what? Yes. And like I said, in order for our women to want to present ourselves to our men in a more natural and righteous manner, our men must learn how to lead us by example, by being the proper head of us while allowing Christ to be their head so that they can head us righteously, so that we can look forward to pleasing our men and set examples for others to follow. In turn, our generational curses can be broken, and our young men will look up to our elder men in order to lead their generation of wives and children in the right way. And I have Romans 12:2 wrote down. So let's see what Romans 12:2 says. Okay, let's see Romans 12:2. All right, so Romans 12:2 I have right there. Let's see what it says. Romans 12:2. Okay, so Romans 12:2 says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. Okay, and I can read through. I got that highlighted. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he also think, but to think soberly, according as God had dealt to every man the measure of faith. Okay, but again, like it's saying, not to be conformed to this world, but having, a renewing mind, that's acceptable to God, and everything. And like I say, see, having a renewing on the mind is not being programmed, or being transformed by what society to think, that put the pressure of you alive to go get all these things done to your body to please everybody. Okay. But in turn, you regret it, and it's eating you on the inside because you did that because either growing up on life, you couldn't get all that happiness at the age you're right now. So now you got to go try to do extra into your body to try to bring that happiness to you, which in turns bring more sadness, because that's what happens, even though we don't want to admit it. That's what happens. Because just say, for instance, we're going to get all these things done and everything. And, now when we go get that Brazilian butt lift, we gotta be careful how we sit down, how we walk, how we do anything. Now, why would you limit your capabilities just to look good? And even with your breasts, now we can't be all jumpy and everything, and got to make sure people don't get too close to us. They don't want to make sure we're hitting their bust. Why would you limit yourself to capabilities like that? That would limit your capability to get your full potential out of life, all because you're trying to please a man or live up to the definition of society standards. Just think about that. Do that seem like a good thing to do? Is that bringing happiness to you? Or wait, it could be bringing happiness to you just for momentarily, right? Because it's still going to depreciate, So, sorry. So if we're not taking care of ourselves anyway, we depreciate, right? But just imagine you getting things added onto your body, foreign things added onto your body. Oh my goodness. Now, not only do that depreciate, but in due time, you got to get it redone. Now, who's to say you're going to have that money to get it redone? And then now you're getting older. So when you get older, you're going to be too tired to get it done. Now you looking all just depreciated down and sagged out because you can't even afford it. And it brings you much more miserable, which basically is a lifetime permanent damage, lower self-esteem, depression, and even to death, remember, to lead you to the death of destruction. That's what it leads to mentally, because you have allowed your mind to become so pressured up from other people forcing things on you. Because how they look, you want to look at them. Oh, you want to envy, you want to cover. I want to look like her. Or no, don't this man don't want me. Oh, because he want her because she got a big booty and she got big breasts. No, every man do not want a woman because of that big booty and breasts. Now you got those men who have all that lust, all that dirty lust in their heart, that want women who want big booties and big breasts. But that's not really a real man, because that real man, a man like that can't even please this woman because he want to please that woman, that woman, that woman, that woman, that woman, because he ain't even happy within himself. Because if he was happy within himself, he'll know that the right way of doing things is getting that one woman that's going to be by their side, and they're going to push forward, and build a nation together. Yes. Build a nation together and set examples, okay? And control himself. Control, his big head opposed, and his little head. So make them work together. The correlation of one of them, bring them in together. Discipline them so he can know when to use them, why to use them, okay? But not just taking advantage because he got it. Not taking advantage because he know how to make women feel good. No, that's not serving anything. That's not bettering the woman. In turn, when the man just want to go, oh, they feel like, okay, I want to go sleep with this woman, that woman, that woman, that woman. And he got a woman. That just bringing all type of grief to that woman was getting her angry. Well, she want to go hurt him, the woman he dealing with, and now it brings joy into her relationships, okay? Now, she may be forced to leave a relationship. Now, she might be a certain age where she feel too low down that she feel like she can't even get a man now because of how that man in turn made her feel unknowingly because of the lust of his bottom part. Okay, because he know that he can make this woman feel good. So I'm gonna take advantage of this bottom part and go please everybody. Probably spreading disease, probably doing everything. Okay, but not thinking that they are the head. You are the head of the woman, and if you walk as the head and allow the Christ to be your head, then you'll know how to walk with that woman. And you will value that woman, and you won't be thinking about any other woman like that, even though it's a man nature of woman and it's a nature of a woman man, but it's about disciplining yourself. Okay. And let's see. All right. Also, like I said, with the whole cosmetic surgery and Brazilian butt lift, remember, everything we do, we put in this universe like a boomerang, come on back. So you read what you saw with that. So just imagine, okay? Now, you sawing out, getting all these things done in your body, to alter the natural way your body looks, to enhance the appearance of it, right? This is what you're sowing. So then you should expect to reap something behind that. Okay, because like the word say, do not cut any graven image to your body. Don't do all those cuttings and everything. Don't be so vain to alter your appearance, because it don't do nothing but interrupt the natural laws of your body, where it's gonna fail when you really need them. It's gonna bring a great sickness to you in the future, and you're gonna regret it. So just like I said, we know better, we do better. So I'm just trying to help, to get our people, to gain our people more knowledge, because like I said, sometimes the Father uses us in different ways. And right now I feel like, he has specified this appointed time, what is error for me, to be a guidance and to use me as a tool, an instrument, to gather our people and to help our people, so that we can learn, right? Motivate one another and teach one another, right? So we can move forward, to build a nation. All right. Now, and even if we learn, you guys, we learning, like I said, we do learn from one another, but we got to be careful, to think that to know that things don't change overnight. In order to, to change our ways, we learn, because what we learn, it do make us change, okay? But we got to understand this will be a progressive thing, okay? It's not going to happen overnight. We got to take it one day at a time, okay? But each day makes a difference, okay? And in the end, it will reward our mind, body, spirit, and soul, okay? And whether we believe it or not, it will please the Father, who is the creator and everything, okay? All right, so now also, if we take the time, to just want to learn by reading what the ancient word says, it will help us to understand where we come from, who we are, how we're supposed to live in order to understand where our future can lead us to. Okay, whether it be earthly peace and eternal happiness or earthly turmoil and eternal damnation, it's up to that individual, being that we all have the free agency to choose the light or darkness, or in other words, to live for the good or the bad, whether we know it or not. That's our determination of where it's going to lead us down our path. That's our ending. Okay. Also, you guys. All right. So now look. Just know that a lot of us may not believe that the Father plays a major part, of our thinking, how we go about life, our decisions, But just know, if we fear Him, which is the beginning of wisdom. But if we have feared Him, a lot of the things wouldn't matter to us, like being extremely vain, to the point where we want to cut our bodies and to make a graven image that is the satisfaction of man, and we want to look as well as how society view our beauty standards, okay? Now, just remember, just being a God-fearing and just wanting to read and want to learn, trust and believe me, those decisions you make, you will not make them, because you would know, and you will understand that the naturalness is the best beauty of all. It's the best thing. Because why? If something go wrong with it, you can fix it. But if something go wrong with them extensions you put on your body, that cosmetic surgery and all things, how are you going to fix that? What, with more money and more cosmetic surgeries to do more damage? You know what? So now you got the Brazilian butt list and you done sat down too hard now and busted. So what you gonna do now? You gotta go pay more money to get more silicone, that you gotta be even more careful with. Now it's gonna leave some type of PTSD, some type of post-traumatic stress disorder, because in your mind, you don't want to experience that no more. Because of what happened the first time of not being careful. So, like I say, why limit yourself to those restrictions? Or restrict yourself, so you can go through that type of pain and, that mental turmoil. That don't do nothing but make you crazy, crazy and crazy, and your decisions become crazy and crazy. So you got to think about it. The decisions that we make in turn, result to the way we think, how we live in life, how we view others, because depending on our happiness, that's how we treat others. So we are miserable and angry. Why should we be happy and love to the next person? No, we feel like we're not happy, and our life is just in a bunch of turmoil. So we want to project, our anger and our sadness on others, but and some people with great discernment sense that, and they don't have to deal with that. They just become distant, like myself. I had to separate myself from quite a few people, and I didn't have a choice. Like I say, the Father use us, to just tools, and He chooses us. And I feel like, it's my errand, that's my time, and it's the appointed time for me to do what I need to do to help my people, So it would be wrong for me to learn what I know, seek the Father diligently. He's gaining me all this knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and allow me to break down the mystery of the Bible in His other words, okay? So what good would it do me to learn all this knowledge and don't share with you guys? That's not good. So I'm just helping myself. Instead of helping my people, that's selfish. So in the end, that's not winning and that's not pleasing. That's just a fool. That's just an ignorant fool. That's that. To think they wise by learning everything and keeping all the knowledge to themselves instead of sharing so it can help another person. We don't know who that message may be reaching. It can be reaching people whether you know it or not. It can be reaching that very one person who you may feel like that, nobody care. Yes, somebody is actually listening. It's like this message. Somebody gonna go back and it's gonna help somebody. Okay, so never think that what you're saying is not helping, because everything matters. Okay, and everything we say can be helpful to somebody. But we also gotta be careful on what we say. Okay, and what we do. All right, but we gotta be careful with with all the big breasts and the also and just doing things like I say, that define society standards, tons of makeup and fake attributes and extensions to our bodies, cosmetic surgery, or whatever the case it may be, so that we can please please society or a man, okay, or even our friends too, because they can be peer pressure too, push you to do things that you really don't want to do. Okay, I do believe, whether we want to believe it or not, women generally respect men within their circle, because it's written, per ancient word that is written, and you know what, and that's actually in Genesis 3. So if I go to Genesis 3, chapter 3, verse what I have, chapter 3, verse 16. Let's see. Genesis chapter 3, verse 16. All right, so Genesis chapter 3, verse 16 reads, unto the woman he said, I will greatly multiply thy sorrow and thy conception. In sorrow, in sorrow thou shall bring forth children, and thy desire shall be thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. As you see, it blatantly say that the husband should rule over thee. Okay, so now we can look at it in terms that women who have and have a man in their circle, he normally rules over thee, right? They respect that man. So in terms of a woman being married to a man, he rules over thee, right? It's written already, and it's natural. So even though we do it unconsciously, we do it because it's written. Even though we may not feel like, oh, there's not a God, or some of us may not feel like there's a God, we just doing this from the elements of earth. No. What do you think we get the fact of being submissive to the man, allowing the man to be in control of us? Because it's already written. It's written within us and our DNA. And again, it says, and thy desire shall be to thy husband, and he shall rule over thee. And that's in Genesis chapter 3, verse 16 in the King James Version. Okay. And okay, so and like I say, and therefore we as women will naturally respect men in an unconscious way, because the Holy Father has already established it. That's why in a God-fearing marriage, the wife is submissive to her husband. That's why, because a submissive wife, a righteous submissive wife, she understands that. Okay, in order, to please this man, yeah, we gotta be submissive. Go ahead, let him take his place. Because you're not the man, he's the man, right? And the man's job is to provide and to lead us and be the head, and allow Christ to be his head, so in turn he be our head, right? Because whether we know or not, when you marry anything, you do the most to please that man, right? Even though God be in your life too, but you're trying to please that man so you can hold on to him, right? So that's why it's important that man allow Christ to be the head of him, right? So he can lead his wife righteously, right? So that wife will want to please him, okay, and be submissive to him, okay? And also they will set examples for others to follow, right? And that will help break the generation curse, okay? That's why we must gather our people to follow these rules, so we can restore our royalship, right? Our kingship and our queenship, because whether you guys believe it or not, we were in fact kings and queens, okay? And we had a royalship, and the whole world, even to all the things that go on, in Britain and the UK, it's all over the world. They learned from Israel. And I'm not trying to say Israel is religion. No, it's a way of life. Because they don't do religion. Okay? It's just a way of life. So when I say gather the people, gather Israel, it's the same thing. It's just a way of life. There is no religion. Okay? It's just learning to walk through life and observing and practicing and following the instructions of the Father, so you can endure a peaceful and joyful life, and don't experience all these mishaps of life and going through, all these changes and pressure, because you can't separate yourself, and being holy is just basically meaning to be separate, from all the coming things of this world, because anything that's coming in this world is abomination to the Father. So think about that. Anything that everybody's doing so much, of course it's abomination, right? Because it's just a following thing, and it's got people doing all these things and their mind being programmed. So that's not being set apart, and that's definitely not being holy. So we got to know that's an abomination. All right, so let's see. Anything else I wrote down in here? Yes. Okay. And this just got something to do with more learning and everything, All right, so like I said, just keep your mind, try to want to learn and understand, because our people perish for the lack of understanding, and because they don't want to take the time to read the biblical word, the Bible, which is basic instructions before leaving Earth, Bible. If you take the time, I'm not telling you to devote all your time every day, all day, but take the time and maybe read the Bible, maybe a chapter a day. You'll be amazed what you learn. Get on your knees and ask the Father, to help you understand the Bible. Seek Him in spirit and truth, and you'll be amazed what He can do for you. And have faith. Like again, I say, faith are things hoped for, not seen. Applying works as well, because what is faith without applying the works? That's nothing either. So I don't want you to be illiterate to the fact where you feel like, oh, as long as I got faith, it's gonna happen. No, ain't nothing happening. Ain't nothing happening, because without applying the works, faith is dead. Okay. So, but remember, having faith, which are things hoped for, not seen, can take us a long way, because basically it was proven in the ancient days, when the lady that kneeled down and grabbed the hem of the Messiah, clothes as he was walking, and healed herself because of faith. Okay. But, also in those days, they had the Messiah. So they had him there, to heal them right then and there, because he wants to go heal so he can show, the goodness of the Father. They'll be sent to the Father, to come save us, or, bring salvation to us, Now, in these days, faith is really basically hope for things that's not seen, because Messiah is not walking with us, right? So being that He's not walking with us, we got to really utilize our faith and apply the works, because He's not here with us to walk, to heal us, and to show us and teach us. Okay. Right now, we only have spirit. God is spirit, and His Son, it's all spirit, but His Son died, and resurrected, for us. He died, to bring us salvation. Okay. So we got, we must, come to some point to believe something, and not to be, led to believe that none of this is true, because if everything else have been proved in the Bible, if everything else been prophesied and it happened, from ancient days, and they got evidence to prove it, what makes you think right now it's not true? What makes you think the last prophecy in the Bible is not going to come true? If you feel that way, then that's just ignorant. You're stupid to the fact, All right. So, all right, so I also wanted to read, 1 Corinthians chapter 4, verses 14 to 16. Okay. Give me 1 second. So 1 Corinthians, like I say, everything, me learning, I do a lot of biblical studying, and that's what helps me. And that's what keeps my life peaceful and joyful. That's what sets me apart, and that's what gives me the strength, the armor of the Father, to be able to say no to so many people. And no, I don't care how much you try to pressure me. If I'm saying no, I'm gonna say no regardless. Now, if I want to do it, it's because I want to do it, but it will not because you're pressuring me. Because if it's the wrong thing and I know it's gonna lead me to destruction, I ain't taking no part. I say no. Now, like I say, I'm not perfect. So I may get caught up sometimes. It's given. The Father say, oh, we may fall 6 or 7 times, but if He chose it, He would chastise them. He's going to bring us right on back. And I'm a prime example of that. Okay. All right. So 1 Corinthians, let me get to that one for you guys. Because like I say, whether you believe it or not, the Bible, the words Bible mean basic instructions before leaving Earth, and it teaches you how to live. Okay, and hey, that's on you if you don't want to read it, if you don't want to learn it, because you would never understand or get the fullness, of living, because you didn't choose to want to take the time to learn. All right, Corinthians chapter 11, chapter 4, verse 14 through 16. But did I say that wrong? I think I got 2. Okay. 11, 14 to 16. Let me see what that say. Yeah. Okay. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 11, verses 4. No, I read 4, but chapters 14, verses 14 to 16. Okay. And at the King James Version, the Bible. And it reads, do it not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him? But if a woman have long hair, it is a glory to her, for her hair is given a covering. But if any man seem to be contentious, we have no such custom, neither churches of God. Okay. So you see that we're being contentious. Okay. when somebody trying to teach you something, or don't always be contentious, but maybe take the time to learn and try to understand what they're trying to teach you. Okay. And let me put that in here. First Corinthians 11, 14 through 16. So I'm trying to put everything in here so you guys can also go back and read it for yourself. I don't want you guys to think I'm just reading something just to be reading it, because I'm not doing that. All right. And okay, so you guys, like I said, this whole video is to, motivate one another and to uplift one another, so we can help one another, because we can learn from one another, because if we know better, like I say, we do better. Okay. Now, also, okay, here we go. And also, for the man, I'm not just trying to, I don't want to just boost you up, because you're the head, but you guys should know you're the head. It's just a righteous thing. And I don't want people to be saying, I'm just saying this to be saying this, because that's also in the Bible. And that's in First Corinthians, okay, chapter 11. And I'm going to start with verse 1 through 3, okay? King James Version. All right, so it says, be ye followers of me, even as I am of Christ. Now I praise you, brethren, that ye remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances as I delivered them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. So as you see, you guys, so the head of the man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and he should be led by Christ, so he can guide that woman. Okay, guide the woman in a righteous manner, so that she would want to please him and case him, and cater to him and be submissive to him, and also, so that he can set example for his young ones, his seed, and also just the people, that walking around the earth, just portraying himself for setting examples, that's that people would want to follow, because they know within themselves, that's the right thing to do, opposed to the wrong thing. We do know right from wrong, and some of us want, to live our lives more than we can manage, because that's what we want to, but not thinking about, how that can lead to destruction, how to lead to, an uncomfortable life. But when it comes to that point where you going through your misery, that's when you start thinking, having flashbacks of what the things you could have changed, or things you have done to others that you should not have done, and which brought this miserality or this bitterness to your life. Okay, and I also have what I have in First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19 through 20. So I'm only reading these words, you guys. Like I said, I want you to know, this is how I go through life, and it's very beneficial to me, trying to observe and practice the instructions from the Father. So, like I say, I'm not just a religion or trying to press you with nothing, but I'm just trying to tell you, we perish for the lack of our understanding, because we don't want to take the time to learn. So I'm here, to just, try to get you guys to take it and perceive it in another view, And like I said, this one is First Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19 through 20. And it's about your temple. And it says, what? Know ye not that your body is the temple of the Holy Ghost, which is in you, which ye have of God, and ye are not your own. For ye are bought with a price. Therefore, glorify God in your body and in your spirit, which are God's. Okay? So it's a temple you bought by a price. It's not even your body. It's not even your body for you to go destroy and cut all into and all that kind of stuff. It's not your body for you to do that. It's the Father's temple, and happiness is within you, not on the outside, because the Father don't even look at us, in the way we look at each other. We look at us on the outside, but the Father look at us on the inside. He look at us from our heart, So you can never be pleased to him trying to go change the appearance on your outside of body. That's only because you're not happy within yourself. That's all it is. It's because you're not happy within yourself, which leads you to want to go get these BBLs and these breast implants, and any other type of cosmetic surgery, to alter the outer appearance of your beauty. Just because, to satisfy or adhere to to society's beauty standards and to please men. Because men in turn putting all this stuff out there, even music, make you believe that you should go and go and turn your body this way and that way to keep them. When in fact, you can't keep them because all you're going to do is entice them to want more big booties and more big breasts. So you think you're trying to get this stuff done in your body to keep that man, but no. In the end, he going to get tired of being like, he going to get tired of like, man, I'm tired of touching on fake stuff now. I want to go touch on something real. So you think you getting all this stuff done, you go get these fake plants, these fake booties, all this stuff done in your body, all this fake everything, and then want a real man. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you even want a real man if you got all these fake things? Your mind is not real. Your body is not real. So it's absolutely impossible for you to want something real when you're not even real. Okay? Even when you get that man that you done convinced or you done persuaded, with your cunningness, to be there with you, maybe because of your sexual ways and knowing how to please him and doing this thing, but that's only for a time being. That's not gonna last, because I assure you that man gonna move forward in quick time. In quick time, he's gonna be cheating on you, right? For the next woman, and probably the next one with a real behind and real breasts. And now you're gonna be at home crying and boo-hooing. Now it's gonna bring on more problems because you're gonna realize that I done got all this stuff done on my body. I got all these damages that has left me with personal life damage or personal health damage, and this man still don't want me. Okay, all right. So what do I need to do now? All right. Oh, I'm just so low down now because I'm gonna get some more done. Okay, so now you're getting everything done to bring yourself more misery, that in fact bring on mental issues, which leads to suicidal thoughts. Okay, and that's it's like it's you got to be very careful, you guys, because all these things is of confusion, and you guys must know that the Father is not the author of confusion. He tells you that he's not the author of confusion. All these things we getting done ourselves is of confusion. It's of confusion, and it's not bringing us happiness. It's bringing us health problems. It's leaving us to destruction, life destructions, even unto death. And it's defining our path to where it's going to lead us to physical happiness and eternal happiness, or physical turmoil and eternal turmoil forever. And why do you want to live like that? Because you're only living for a day when you're thinking like that. When you make those kind of decisions, that's only for a daily thing. You're not thinking about the future or what your future brings for you. Okay? Because just imagine when you get older, and just to say you all you care about all yourself looking good, so that's probably mean that you done been selfish to everybody else. Now you older, you got all these things done in your body. You ain't got nobody because all that vain things makes you feel like you're better than everybody. So you done pushed everybody out your life. Now you old and miserable and ain't got no help. So you might well die. What else you got to live for? So think about that and be careful with decisions you're making. Okay, with those decisions that you're making. Now, like I said, my opinion, the reason why many of us or many of our women are getting them Brazilian butt lifts and the breast implants and any other kind of cosmetic surgery to alter our natural body, my opinion is that it's to look a certain way to please men and or to adhere to the definition of society beauty standards. Now, prove me wrong. Okay, but just looking at it and what all I see, I'm throughout all these years of my life, that's what I see. And the best experience is life experience. So throughout my life, I've seen that. And what I have seen is many women get on here, going on social media, regretting and saying, "Oh, don't do it. It's not worth it. All the pain they're going through." And I even seen the woman while her booty was gone. Like she destroyed. Well, she ain't got no butt. It looked disgusting. It was like a terrible sight to my eyes to see that. Now, why would you want to risk that? Just tell me why. Do you want to know why? Because you're confused and you're pressured and you're programmed, trying to be a follower. You're envying. You're coveting this. You're doing everything because you're trying to follow society standards of what that next person, what your friend doing, because they make it look so good. But behind closed doors, they like, man, I messed up. Now, I'll tell you a secret. Now, you're looking at them and you're like, oh, I want to be like that person. They're making life look so good. But know what the secret is? They're at home saying themselves that I regret doing this. And they're looking at you like, man, she still got all her natural stuff. I wish I was the same. So while you coveting them, they're coveting you. See, that's the secret. What you don't even understand. Why you looking to be with them and they pressuring you and they making it look so good because they want you to come be miserable like them. They want you to be miserable like them. So they're going to portray all the goodness about it momentarily because it don't last long, right? Because the gravity going to make it depreciate, right? Then they got to get done again. But then now they either old and got the means to. So now they got to live with all the things that they done damaged themselves with. Which brings on low self-esteem. Feeling like, loneliness and depression is and, permanent life damage, mental damage, even to death, destruction. And that's the last part, once you die. And when you die, they're working on the next person, okay? Because they feel like, you know what, you weren't even strong enough to make your own decisions. Because why? You was a follower. You was a follower, you was a follower. So you got to learn how to say no. Okay? No may save your life. All right. Now, you guys, before I leave, I do want to read some things to you. And like I said, whatever I'm reading, take the time to hear me. Okay? Hear me, right? Because I want you guys to speak boldly like a lion, because I speak bold like a lion, okay? And my message will reach some people, because some people want to learn and understand. Some people are lost. And the reason why they're lost, because they have no guidance, nobody that love them, But I want to be that person to connect to them, so they can learn, and seek a better life, All right. Now, so these two scriptures I'm gonna read you guys, before I take off my scarf, like I said, you're supposed to cover our head. That's a covering, okay? Now, this is 2 Timothy chapter 3, 16 through 17, and also Titus chapter 2. So I'm gonna start with Titus chapter 2. Again, King James Version, okay? So with Titus chapter 2, I'm gonna start. Like I said, you guys want to try to learn so you can better yourself. All this confusion going on in this world. So many people so miserable, making all these decisions because they pressure, ain't even living for themselves, regretting things and depressed out, and trying to kill themselves because they're trying to live for other people instead of themselves. And that's the problem. Be yourself. Okay, so chapter 2 in the header says, saints should live righteously, deny ungodliness, and seek the Lord. Basically, saints are just, Israel, Now it says, now again, King James Version, Titus, okay, chapter 2. That the aged man be sober, grave, temperate, sound in faith, in charity, in patience. The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior as becometh holiness, not false accusers, not giving too much wine, teachers of good thing, that they may teach the young woman to be sober, to love their husbands, to love their children, to be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemed. Young men likewise exhort to be sober-minded in all things, showing thyself a pattern of good works, and doctrine, showing uncorruptedness, gravity, sincerity, sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. Exhort servants to be obedient unto their own matters, and to please them well in all things, not answering again, not purloining, but showing all good fidelity, that they may adorn the doctrine of God, our Savior, in all things. For the grace of God that bringeth salvation had appeared to all men, teaching us that denying ungodliness and worldly lust, we should live soberly, righteously, and godly in the present world, looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearing of the great God and our Savior Jesus Christ, or the Messiah, who gave himself for us that he might redeem us from all iniquity and purify unto himself a peculiar people, zealous of good works. These things speak and exhort and rebuke with all authority. Let no man despise thee. And Second Timothy, chapter 3, verse 16 through 17. You guys, like I said, I'm not telling you to go read the Bible every day out there. I'm just telling you. Bible, the Bible means basic instructions before leaving earth. So take the time sometimes. Just want to read a little bit. You'll be amazed if you try and ask the Father to guide you and seek him. I assure you, I am example. Divine powers come with this. Supernatural abilities, basically, you'd be amazed will come along because you got faith in the Father and you applying yourself. And with that faith, he will come to you. All right, so we're going now to First Timothy, chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. All right. All right, so First Timothy. What did I say? Chapter 2? No, that's Second Timothy. I'm sorry. Second Timothy chapter 3, verse 16 and 17. And this got something pertaining to the word, That's, like I tell you, everything that goes on in this word, I don't care what it is. It's in the Bible, you guys. You got to give it a chance to learn. And whatever you're going through, you can reverse it. You can reverse it. Because whatever you're going through, you best see accursed. And you only accursed is because you chose to live your way to the point where it's bringing things in your life. I don't care if there's health problems, incomfortability, you can't get no money, no nothing is going right. It's because of your decisions you're making and not even giving the Father a chance. Now, 2 Timothy, King James Version, chapter 3, verses 16 to 17 reads, all scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. Right there, boom. Boom, right there in your face. So I don't never want you to think I'm just, I think I'm holy and thou, I'm trying to, she won't throw the Bible. No. Because guess what? It ain't come from me. This is coming from the word. And I'm going to read it to you again. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 16 through 17. When I say feel me, hear me, and understand me. Because we perish because of the lack of understanding. Okay? And who am I to learn and don't share with you guys? So you guys can better yourself for the betterment of your spirit, soul, okay, mind and body. Because I'm a prime example. I'm living the life, okay? And no, I'm not living the life with big booties and fake this and all. No. I'm living the life in a natural way, but that's the best way to be because it brings you peace. Because I understand. And looking at the app view, I see what's going on in this world. People getting crazier and crazier. They getting these retrograde minds. So many people dying, coming up with these diseases. So many plagues is going on in the earth. But that's just the Father performing his marvelous works. Even that is prophesied in the Bible. And believe you me, whatever the Father say, his word will not return back void. Everything that's going on in this world, all these natural disasters, all these floods, and just all type of just unprecedented things that's going on in this world. It's just the Father performing his marvelous works in the latter days. And it ain't nothing yet. It's just the beginning. And if you don't try to seek righteousness, you're going to be part of it. Okay? And when it comes, you're going to be like, trying to reach out to him. He just going to forsake you like you forsaked him throughout all those years. But let's just read this one more time so you can know why the Bible is here. Okay? 2 Timothy chapter 3, verses 16 through 17 reads as follows. All scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. Ain't nothing wrong with performing good works. I mean, you're not perfect, but it does not take a lot of effort to perform some good. Perform good works. Go out, just hugging somebody, or just saying thank you, or helping somebody. That's a good word. The Father be very pleased, and I guarantee you, He's gonna bless you back. He's gonna whatever measure you put out there is the measure you're gonna get back from the Father. Okay, And I mean, I'm not trying to say be boastful. Even when you go want to help or do your good works, don't be boastful and prideful, because the Father wants you to do it in private, but He's gonna reward you in front of everybody. Okay. So, like I say, whether you guys know it or not, our decision in life either please the Father or dishonor the Father. Okay. So I did do all my Bible verses. Okay. And like I said, I put my covering on because yes, I want you guys to learn when we read and prophesy the Bible or do any study and praying, you're supposed to cover your head. And also, don't get it mixed up that the Father also give our hair for covering. Okay. And our man can be our covering too. Okay, but if a woman on her own and she don't have a head, she do have Christ. You understand? And when she prayed and prophesies, then she needs to put her covering on her head. Okay. So you guys, I want you guys, to take the time and think about what I said. Okay, because again, getting all these things done in our body is not bringing us happiness. Look, it's not bringing us future happiness. Okay, so I correct myself. It may bring you guys happiness for the time being, okay, or for that moment of who you with to please that man. But I ensure you that man is gonna get tired or want to go seek the next fake behind or fake breast, or he may just get tired of the fakeness and want something real, because as we get older, and if we understand, we make more wise decisions. Okay. So even if that man is pleased because of all the body attributes you got, he only pleased for that moment. Because a real man, I'm telling y'all right now, want a real woman. And he don't be wanting no woman with tons of makeup, because the makeup just damaging her face, or extra extension to her body because they're just damaging her body. You think he want to deal with that? No, he want to be able to rub his lady body and not have to worry about him getting to a certain part and be like, oh, this don't feel right. He want to maybe be able to rub through your hair sometimes. I'm not saying that it's a problem with wearing extensions of weave, because I have done it. But like I said, we get older, we make different decisions. I decided to go natural now to see the full potential of my hair. Look at the full potential. Just look. And y'all know I started about this much when I started these. This ain't even been for a year. Look at my hair. Okay? And I'm going to see how long it's going to be. I'm just going to keep on twisting because I want to grow all the way down. I've seen it happen. I've seen it. Okay? And with me, look, I like to be natural, you guys. See? Natural. My hair. Now I'm going to get a manicure sometimes, but most part, even if I get a manicure, I'm not going to get out of long nails. Now I may get a pedicure, because I know we have to take care of that. Okay? But I am a prime example, you guys. I implore you guys to want to read and want to learn, right? Because like I said, our people lack, we perish for the lack of understanding. Okay, we really do. And I've been given the opportunity, to learn and understand the Bible, understand the Word, and it's only because I have taken the time to seek the Father diligently. I have really taken the time, even as a child growing up. I've been learning about the Father since I was a kid. Even when my daughter was in my stomach, I read her Bible stories to get her, acquainted in this world, because I know this world was wicked. So I had to read Bible stories to my child when she was in my stomach, because how wicked this world is. And I needed my child or my daughter to have some type of understanding of the Father, of our Father, the Holy Father, the Elohim, before she became to this wicked world. Okay? No. So now, my purpose is to send a message, to try to gather our people, to try to gather Israel. Okay? Because whether you guys want to believe it or not, my people of my ethnicity is of Israel. Even though you want to claim it, you still Israel. And like the Father say, once he gathers his people of Israel, he's coming on back. So I'm being used as a tool in this appointed time. And I take it. I don't mind. Grab it. Because let me tell you something. I don't got a choice anyway. Because anytime I try to do things that's contrary to the Father, he going to chastise me and be like, no, he going to make me do it. So, hey, I came to the conclusion, look, this is what I got to do. Okay? This is what I was born to do. I mean, even as a child, I it's tripped out. I used to have these classes. I was 8 years old, and I used to get the children around. I used to teach them about the Father, and I was only 8 years old, unknowingly, knowing that this was my purpose throughout all life, to get things in order, to teach, what I know. Because in the latter days, the Father said we all prophesy. We all gonna prophesy. So whether you got all these alpha men want to take that away from women, no, it's already written per the ancient word, per the creator of this universe. Okay. And per the ancient word in the universe, he said, oh, make vanity irrelevant. Make it irrelevant. There's no need for vanity. Okay. There's no need to get all these extra extensions to your body. Okay. There's no need to do all these things because you can't even sit down right. You can't play around like you used to. You can't do nothing because you scared it's gonna bust or somebody might bump into you. You're gonna, but like, what? Who wanna live their life like that? And in the end, that man still ain't gonna want you. And in society, yeah, they want you to get it, but after you get it, they gonna look you like a fool too. Oh, the next dumb one we done wheeled on in. We got her, we got him or her, we got them. No, you got to be your own force. And you got to be separated. And so, like I said, to be separated is being holy. Not holy that, but to be holy is being separated, okay? Because anything that's so common and everybody doing, remember, if it's common throughout this world, it's abomination to the Father. So we got to know. Now we know, we know that so many of us want to get all these things to please society. But what about you, for real, for real? Is that what you really wanted to do? Or was you peer pressure to go get that done to you, to try to please a man? And now you at this certain age, when you're younger, you get these things to please a man, but he still end up leaving you. And that just bring him more depression or get more plastic surgery, or cosmetic surgery. Like, I don't get it. It's ignorance, okay? It is of ignorance. And it's because you don't understand, and you lack knowledge. But if you were knowledgeable, you wouldn't get these things. You would be natural. So I implore you to want to learn. And don't be so contentious because somebody trying to teach you and throw it in their face. But just take the time to try to see or hear what this person trying to say. Because they can help you save your life. All the things you're going through, all the health issues. I mean, we got people who experience all types of health issues, and some of those health issues can be reversed. It can be 100% reversed if you just have faith in the plan works. That's all you need to do is seek the Father diligently. A lot of those things you're going through, some of it it's in the mind, and the mind is of a matter, and it's because of your decisions. Okay. Now, some of the diseases be permanent, but some of them can be reversed. Trust and believe me. It can. If you believe on the Father, he can. Because just like the kings, in all the ancient days, all them wars and everything. The wars of Jerusalem and of Judah and Israel. Or Judah, Benjamin, Levi against Israel. All the kings of Israel and Judah, all those wars are going through. When they was winning and defeating them in seconds, it's because they put all the faith in the Father. That's all it was. When they came to them and they put all their trust in the Father, he defeated them. And so many people scattered the kings of Judah. Because why? They put all their faith in the Father. And guess who defeated them? To the point where so many people were scared of Israel. They didn't ever scared of their father. But what happened? We got these leaders that came about, just like the leaders of the day, came about pressuring people to do other things, and making them to do all these regretful things. Okay? Because we don't know no better. Because we lack understanding. That's the only reason why. That's the only reason why so many of our women are trying to impress so many others with vanity. Distorting their appearance of their bodies, bringing on pain and bringing on discomfort, bringing on misery, bringing on regrets for their future life. There's no reason for that. Now I'm sitting up here. Now, if I want to, it's not like I ain't got the means, because I got the insurance and the means to go get that done. But you think I want that? No. I promote natural beauty because it's the best. You know what I mean? I get the best and the fullness out of natural beauty. I ain't really got no behind too much, but it doesn't matter because I don't want my behind on my breast to pull my husband. I want my mind, my body, my spirit and soul to pull my husband because I can win him for longevity. Do you hear me? Because with that plastic surgery, cosmetic surgery, That only lasts for like a season. But if I pour my husband or my man with my mind, body, soul, and spirit, and he on that same level, we equally yoked, that's longevity, baby. That's for a lifetime. Okay? And then what? We just gonna be setting examples because I sure don't want to follow that carnal person or that person who live contrary to happiness. Because I want to be happy. I want to be peaceful. I like to be drama free. I don't like to do drama. I don't like to do that kind of stuff. And anytime I kind of get caught up in drama, because I made a decision to allow that person to be a part of my life whose life consists of drama. And sometimes you be trying to help them be there, but nope, nope, nope. You got to let that go. But that's to bring energy on you and on spirits. That is a problem. Okay? It is a real problem. But I'm just here, you guys. This is my first live and everything, you know. And let me tell you something. I know this message is going to reach somebody. It may not reach that person right there or here, but it's going to reach somebody because somebody needs to hear this. And somebody needs to hear this and learn, you know, and learn that if they, in fact, try to give the Father a chance to read his word in spirit and truth, that he can turn their life all the way around. He will renew you. He will bring you out of all them entrapments and, you know, and that cluttered mind of yours, because it's all it is. You know, when you go get all this stuff done in your body and just be all confused, it's because your mind is cluttered. But if you give the Father a try, and if you try to want to read, to learn and understand, I guarantee you, I'm a prime example, you guys. I'm walking this earth as a perfect example that he can make you that's crooked become straight and have a great peaceful life. Okay. Now, I implore my younger people right now, don't think that, you know, it's good, or don't be pressured, or don't be a follower to want to go get all these things done in your body, to want to get these fake breast implants, to want to get these fake booty lips and all this, like whatever, all these cosmetic surgeries. My people that who don't have it, don't go do it. I'm telling you, it is destroying our people, and it's bringing on major health problems. And it's not bringing you the man that you want, because it's not the right man. Do you want a man who only wants you for the way you look, for your attributes? Why would you want something like that? Because deep inside, you're going to know he don't want you for you. So that means you're going to have to keep on impressing him with your natural attributes or your sexual ways to hold on to this man. And how long that's going to last? You're going to even get tired of that. And it's going to bring on contention. So I implore my people, my women, don't go get those BBLs and all those fake breast implants. Don't go do that, because you're only bringing miserability to your life, your future life, that is. I am telling you. And how do you get it undone? When you get it undone, now you got these old nasty looking scars all on you. You know, why do you want to put your body through something like that? It's not even your body to do that to. It's the Father's temple. You're just destroying yourself, trying to please man and society, not happy within yourself, getting all these extra things done to yourself. And in the end, you're going to regret it. And you're going to be the only one behind those closed doors crying and boom horn. Okay? All right, you guys. So I hope you guys really learned something today. Remember, I am sending a message. My purpose is to motivate, uplift, teach, and guide. All right? Because our people perish because of lack of our understanding. And who am I to know these things and don't share it and to teach? That's my job. And I'm here, you know. And if you guys just want to reach out to me, you know, because the Father has equipped me with quite knowledge. When I say quite a bit of knowledge, I mean quite a bit of knowledge, to the point where I'm able to do these things. And I understand, because I've done major research, you know, in addition to the Father giving me this knowledge, okay, through a divine manner. Okay. So again, you guys, don't be so quick to hate that person's message, hate that person's message, or, you know, to deny it or to push it back. But give yourself the opportunity to hear that person, you know, to try to understand that person, and even to look at that person's life and to see how that person living. And you know, because sometimes you can look at a person's life and just look at the joy, the happiness, their spirit. You can know that something is going good on their life and comparing it to your life, and you feel no unhappy and down, and your vibe is so low. You probably saying to yourself, "Why I can't shine like her? Because I'm a light, and this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine." Yes, I want to be a light to you guys' journey. And I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to be a light to you guys' journey. Okay. Embrace my message. Okay. Embrace my opportunity for me to try to motivate you guys and uplift you guys and gather our people together. I implore you guys to want to hear me out and to want to learn, because in the end, it's going to benefit you and me. And how it's going to benefit you and I? Because we're going to learn from one another. We're going to motivate one another so we can build our nation. Okay? All right, you guys. So you guys, I'm done. You guys go have all the fun you want on this Friday. Okay? On this Friday evening. Thank you guys very much. Goodbye.